We are recording. Oh, we're not actually. Hold on. Okay, we are now. We are now. Okay. Now recording, and now we start the thing in 3, 2, 1.
Every time I fly someplace, I get stopped by TSA and they pat down my crotchal region. Should I be happy or sad about that?
Your fetus is getting high.
It's the world of tomorrow, today. This is the morning stream.
Good in the morning, everybody. It is Monday, February 24th, 2020. It is time for the morning stream with Scott Johnson and Brian Ibbett. Hi, Brian Ibbett.
Hello, Scott. How are you?
Okay. I have very cold tea here, and I'm pissed. I want warm tea. Give me some warm tea.
Yeah.
I'm not pissed. I'm sad I don't have a way to heat this up down here. Because I would heat it up.
That's something to get pissed about. I don't know.
Sure. I need that thing you and Dunaway talk about all the time. The little heater disc. Yeah, the Ember. I need one of those.
I was thinking, Jordan was the one who brought that thing up. I think he's actually got one. Oh. I don't think, or is it Brian Dunaway? Maybe it is Brian Dunaway.
I thought it was Dunaway, and he got some scheming deal on it or something, or didn't he finagle
He haggled at Starbucks to get a lower price of the Ember. That's right.
Because they sell them there, right? That's a thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Never noticed.
Yeah. Didn't know any way to haggle at Starbucks. Didn't think that was a thing you could possibly do.
No, you can totally haggle, man. It's pretty awesome.
Like if there was some place that I thought would have the most fixed, we are not going to budge pricing ever.
Yeah.
I would think it would be.
You'd think it'd be them, right?
Charges you $6 for a lousy stinking cup of coffee.
Exactly. Hey, look, they make it up on the accessories, I guess, is
they do.
what they say.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's good to be here, everybody. Hope you had a nice weekend. Mine was eventful. We moved the boy out. He's out.
He's out.
Yeah.
So completely empty nest.
Empty? Well, yes. There's still some of his crap here that I'm going to get rid of. Yeah. But yes, the actual human being that was Nick no longer resides at this particular locale. However, he's good. He didn't have a bed last night, though, because the bed didn't get here till today. So he slept on the floor, which I think is just great, man. Get out there and just get it all dirty. Let's go.
You know what? Because he will appreciate the bed a lot more when it arrives.
Yeah.
let him have one.
He still seems
roughing it.
Exactly. He still seems excited, regardless, and so that's good. So we're stoked for him, and
that's cool.
It's all good. And we're just gonna be naked a lot more here at the house, I think.
Sure. Great.
I should have called you, asked you what it was like when you went empty nest, what that was like.
Which time? Because it didn't stick the first time. Nope. It was a little bit of a boomerang thing going on.
Sure, but it's sticking now, right? It's all stuck now, right?
All stuck now. Well, I mean, they've been out for 12 days.
Wow.
So we really can't call this like, okay, we feel like we're in the clear now.
Yeah, it's too soon to call. It's like the day after
we've gotten a safe distance away from the Death Star. Thanks for firing that photon torpedo in there, Luke. I think we're good now.
Right. It's like 2 days after the Iowa caucuses. You got to give it a minute. You got to count those votes. You got to get that going. I get it.
Exactly. Yes.
All right. So, normally I'm the one with the dumb stories. Like I'll run into a weird thing and no one believes me, but it totally happened to me. Well, my brother-in-law, Steve, owns today's story. And it was too good to pass up. So he's downtown doing I don't know what the other day, just hanging out downtown. And they were doing some Pokemon catching. You'd like that, right? You're into that. You like the Pokemon.
I'm into that. Still doing that business.
Sure. And while they were in a men's room, again, normally the domain where I run into trouble.
This is my turf.
This is my domain.
Steve.
Exactly. He had two homeless guys come running in there. One had a dog. The other one was just a homeless guy. And they ran in there and into the same stall with the dog and peed.
They were both homeless. One of them just happened to also be dogless.
What is dogless and homeless?
Yes, okay.
They both went into the stall and they both peed at the same time into the same toilet. Now, that alone just seems efficient, right? Like, all right, you're one flush, two men, one flush. Right?
Well, okay. Yeah, before we go any further questions, were the urinals available?
The answer to that question is a mystery. He didn't specify. Oh, you know what? Maybe he did. They were busy in there, I guess.
Okay.
And these two looked like they really had to go. Like really had to just let it rip. And so they both went in there, had a conversation the whole time, peed as they conversed, came out of there with their dog. And then one of them stopped and said to Steve something to the effect of, "You're sure lucky. You're lucky." And I think what he's saying is, "Your wife's sure pretty. You got a pretty wife there. You're sure lucky."
Geez, okay.
So that's a little weird. And that was outside the bathroom, of course. Sarah wasn't in the bathroom.
It might have meant that you got to pee in your own stall without another homeless guy peeing there with you.
I guess
That
so. Oh, maybe that's what he means.
Yeah. You're lucky. You got a stall to yourself.
Yeah. He doesn't have to travel around with Carl all day and pee together whenever the opportunity arises. Anyway, I was just thrilled to see something like this happen to somebody else so they can experience my experiences, because this always happens to me. Not this time. Take that, Steve. Boink.
So what happens when one person finishes before the other? Because you have to close that stall door, you've got to kind of go further in.
Yeah.
So
Good point.
You can't.
Do you think you stand there and just wait?
I think you just stand there and wait.
Okay.
Like, oh, geez, did you have to get the big gulp, Bill?
What if you're holding it for a long time, and that's what you've gotten good at pacing it? So when Bill is peeing, you're like, all right, I think he's in the home stretch here. Now it's time to crank
you just
it up.
time it. It's kind of like knowing the timing of your podcasting partner.
Yeah. Yes.
I question how often these two really pee together.
I mean, I was thinking about that too. It may have been a one-off. I don't know. You never know.
I don't know.
They didn't get specific about it. They didn't talk about their experience in there. They just seemed in awe that Steve had married somebody who was pretty. And I don't consider myself to be pee shy, but I think I would be in that situation. I would. In fact, I'd be more than pee shy. I'd be okay, and I'd back out. I wouldn't be in there.
Why don't you just take this one for yourself? I'll wait or use the sink.
Yeah, I don't need any of this. Like, I would not. I mean, if that was a one-off and the guy just happened to be in there and someone busted in while I was getting ready to do my business, no. Get out. I'm done. I don't mind if he doesn't. I'll leave.
I guess the dog went in the stall with him?
Yeah, he's in the stall with him, this dog. And his whole point was, he was actually trying to make a point about how dogs will follow their masters no matter how stupid their master is or how weird it is or how wrong it is. And we were trying to make a comparison to like modern politics and how people just sort of throw all in.
I can't imagine what correlation you might draw from an unwavering slavering canine that
doesn't matter how bad it is. He thinks it's great, and yes, that's exactly right. Infer from that what you will, but it's a little culty, and dogs are culty. Dogs are cultists. That's what I'm saying.
Sure.
Dogs are all into the follow under all pretenses. It doesn't matter what they do to me. They're going to give me food at some point. Something's going to fall off the table, so that's good enough. So
I think that Daisy would, without question, drink Kool-Aid if I offered it to her.
There you go. That's probably true.
Yeah.
Also, the dog did not pee, is my understanding. It just stood in there.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
He was waiting for another homeless dog.
I was just gonna do the same as the master, following his footsteps.
Wait for another dog to come in. Oh, finally, good. I've been waiting forever to go.
All right. Well, that's how it went down. How did you went to a birthday dinner? I didn't have any fun dinners.
I did.
Mine was all
boring. George, my uncle George, turned 60 this last weekend. Actually turned 60 on Friday, but I moved things. We had a birthday dinner planned, but I had to move things because there was a concert I was going to on Friday that we'll talk about in a moment. Yeah. So we moved his birthday dinner, a family dinner, to Saturday night, and went to Papados. Sat around this nice big round table and
hold on, Papados. Tell me about Papados. What's Papados?
Oh, Papados is a Cajun place. It is. So it's part of the Landry. At least originally was part of the Landry group. So it's like crawfish etouffee, which is what I had, catfish, red beans and rice, dirty rice.
That sounds so good.
Grilled fish, a lot of fried things you can get there, big deep fried. I think they actually put all the fish on the plate and then they just deep fry the whole thing, plate and all.
Just dip the whole plate in there? Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right.
But so we're talking about things, and I'm going to leave family members out of this. There were a couple family members that weren't there, that got discussed because one of my family members went out and visited them and stayed with them for a little while, and they told her this story about, will divulge the fact that it's a she. Told her this story about their kids and the stuff kids get into. Now, the couple in question is a very randy couple. And I don't mean did I ever tell you about the time type of randy? I mean they're frequently frequently doing it, and they involve other items in there with them with their doing it.
Okay, how are you guys aware of this? How are you guys aware of this? How is this a thing that everyone knows about?
Well, it's funny because the person that told this story acted like we all knew that part of it. And Tina are like, oh, hey, we didn't know this part. Okay,
sure.
So they involve toys, basically, and they have a couple of really young kids, and the kids know that the bedroom is off limits, that certain nightstand drawers are off limits, and whatever.
Okay.
And
I hate this already. I hate it. Keep going.
So they're in the process of messing around when the kids come home from school, and so they kind of wrap things up quick, and they shove what are described as bullets. I was unfamiliar with these as well, but they're basically little small vibrators.
Okay. All right. This is going places I did not expect today. This is not what I thought we'd hear about this morning, but all right, continue.
And they toss them in the drawer and get dressed and go, hey, how you doing, kids? Oh, good. Yeah, all right, good. Blah, blah, blah. Get on with the day.
Yeah.
Later on, they're somewhere else, and they see the kid coming out of the bedroom, which is off limits to them, messing around on his cell phone, on his iPhone, trying to pair the pair of AirPods that he pulled out of the drawer that he has stuck in his ears.
No! Is this for real?
This is apparently for real.
Oh, this is amazing. So wait, the kid took what he thought were two little AirPod-like units.
Little AirPod things, stuck them in his ears, and was trying to pair them with his phone.
Fantastic. Fan-freaking-tastic.
Good night, everybody. Hey, let me tell you about the concert I tried to go to on Friday night.
Please do. That's an amazing story, though, by the way. That's an amazing story.
The first thing I said is, if I promise not to use anybody's name, can I tell this story on Monday's TMS? And they're like, oh, please do. You can even use their names if you want, but I'm not going to use their names.
All right. I'm sitting here trying to guess, and I don't know. I wouldn't be able to tell you.
They're nobody that you would have ever come into contact with as far as meeting any of my family members or anything.
So this isn't the brother-in-law that talks, gets all mega hat when he's around.
Oh, no.
Okay.
That's
the only extended one I could think
of. Yeah, that's on Tina's side of things.
Gotcha. All right.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
This is Uncle George's family.
Now here's the deal. I was on Twitter, and I gotta start this thing. I was on Twitter, and I'm thinking to myself, oh hey, I know what Brian's off to this concert about with Yacht Rock tonight. I'm jealous of him. He's gonna have such a great time, and I'm pretty stoked for him. And I thought I would fly onto my Twitter feed there, and I would see some stage shots,
like a photo from the concert or something,
maybe a little selfie video, you of Tina rocking out to Africa or something. I was so excited to see that, yet I got the opposite of that.
That's not what you were welcomed with.
Yeah.
So we made plans around this concert, 9 p.m. concert on the other side of Denver from where we live, because Yacht Rock was in town, and I interviewed the lead singer, a guy named Nick Nespajani, for the show, because prior to the current album, all they did was covers of Yacht Rock. So stuff like the Doobie Brothers and Boz Scaggs and Hall & Oates and anything that has Michael McDonald and anything that has Kenny Loggins and stuff like that.
Right.
And after the interview, he said, well, we're going to be in Denver next year. I'll have my manager set you up with tickets, so you'll get to see the show. I'm like, oh, great. That'll be awesome. So sure enough, time rolls around, February 21st, Yacht Rock Review coming to Denver, Colorado.
Yeah.
Tina and I make plans around the concert. We meet some friends for dinner in downtown, and they're going to take the train back. We give them a ride there, and they're going to take the train back themselves because we're going to drive over to the concert and have a really good time. And drove over, paid for parking because you can't get really close to the Mission Ballroom without paying for parking.
Sure.
And walked a few blocks in 35-degree weather over to the Mission Ballroom.
Yeah.
Went over to Will Call. People all over the place dressed in like they're going out on a cruise ship, even though it's 35 degrees out. It's there's people with captain's hats and shorts and long white pants and stuff like that.
Sure.
Walk over to the box office and say, "Do you do will call here?" And they says, "Oh yeah, sure." I said, "I've got tickets waiting either under IBIT, IBBOTT, or Coverville." And they're like, "Oh yeah, okay, hold on just a moment." They go back over to this box. They rifle through, look under the I, nothing. Over under B for Brian, no. Maybe over here for Coverville, C, no. I'm sorry, don't have any tickets for will call. Would they be under a different name? I'm like, no, but I was told I'd be on the list. And I even got a confirmation email from the manager saying, "Yep, you are confirmed +1 on the list." Says, "Is there something else that would be on the list, or would that just be will call?" Yeah. No, that would just be will call. All right. Can you get a message to management or the band? And gave him my name, gave him the contact name, the manager, the contact, all that stuff. "Oh yeah, no problem." So they disappear for a second and say, "Okay, well, we got the message up to them, but it's not like we don't hear from them immediately. We're waiting to hear back from them. If you want to just go and step over to the side, we'll help a couple more people while we wait to hear back from the band."
And you're still outside? Do I have this right?
We are still outside.
Oh gosh. I hate this
watching
story.
watching people get, make their way into the concert. Oh, there's a guy dressed as Gilligan, another guy dressed as Skipper, a bunch of people in like gold lame. There's,
Wow.
And we wait for we wait for about 25 minutes, and Tina's like, "What do you want to do?" And I keep going. I go up there and say, "Have you heard anything back yet? Is there anything else?" And I show her the email saying confirmed from the management team. Yeah, we're just waiting to hear back. At this point, there's nothing we can do until we hear back from them. So finally, after 40 minutes, we just say, "Screw it." It was already 15 minutes after the show started. So, and we're thinking, all right, there might be an opening act, so the band might not be out already, but we're like, you know what, screw this. And we just decided to go home.
I would have too. I would have been so annoyed. Very annoying.
So pissed.
Yeah, what else are you going to do? And if they haven't got to you by then, they're not going to, right? Like, who's going to get back to you?
Exactly.
Lame. So have you heard anything from dude yet, or no?
I did. I emailed them the next day after I had a chance to calm down. Cool off a little bit.
That's good.
And heard back from them immediately, and talked to the manager, and he's like, "I'm going to find out what happened, man. I'm so sorry." And we'll get this taken care of. So I'm hoping that the next time they come through Colorado, I'll get to see them. But
yeah, you should be able to catch them the next time they come through. Sure.
I better have front row tickets next time. Next time they come through town.
Maybe you'll get backseat. You'll get backseat tickets. You'll get backstage passes. And you can go, I don't know, what do you do backstage at a Yacht Rock cover band concert? What do you do there?
I guess you reapply your fake mustache and your afro wig. I don't know.
Put a little spirit gum on your lip and hope for the best.
Exactly. Like Blue Ridge John, that's like the worst time to try and contact the band management before the show. Well, I know, Blue Ridge John. It's not like I had much choice to be able to say, I'm going to contact him in the afternoon about the ticket that's
supposed to freaking be
later
there
this night.
Right. There's no way to respond to it till you get there and realize the ticket's not there. So of course it's a bad time to contact the band.
Yes. Thank you, Captain Obvious, Captain Blue Ridge Obvious.
That's hilarious. Well, I'm glad you're not still mad. You're good now, right? You're fine.
I'm good now. I'm frustrated because I was really looking forward to it, and like I said, we rearranged our weekend plans specifically for this. Even made the family move the birthday dinner for George to the next night because of this show.
Yeah, that's no good. That's
no good.
It's no good. Yeah, it's no good. It's no good. Plus, that put off a whole day till you heard the earpod story. So
exactly,
that's no fair.
Exactly, yes.
It's no fair at all.
We get to let that story simmer a little bit.
Yeah, let that sink into your soul and never leave. All right. By the way, that's going to be a great story for that family around the dinner table one day. Like they're going to be all just.
They're saying that they're going to save it for wedding toast.
Oh, it's perfect.
The story, yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
wait until that kid gets married, and he's got his own plans for his own beans or whatever. And,
we got you a pair of bullets, and we're going to tell the story.
Indeed. All right, now this before we do another thing. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Our good friend and pal, Mr. Brian Dunaway. Hello, Brian.
Oh, hi, pals.
Oh, hello.
Brian.
Hello, friend. You usually say, "Oh, hi, Brian," or no? What do you?
I do.
What do you usually do? Do it again. Do it for us.
Oh, hi, Scott and Brian.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. So there's something funny with that. I put up a comic today for Fred and Can. Yeah, and in the comic, there is a character that looks a lot like Brian Ibbett.
What?
Yeah, he does. And
I don't see it.
Well, by that I mean,
is he bald?
He's bald and has a goatee.
Nailed it.
Yeah, he even has a bowling shirt on, which is kind of an old throwback to Brian. But anyway,
he does. I wish I actually did have a bowling shirt that just had a picture of a bowling ball on it.
Yeah, just a great big bowling ball in the front. It was pretty cool. So I put that up there, and immediately somebody wrote back with a quote, or one of the replies on the tweets. The quote was, "Oh, hi, Scott and Brian," and it was like basically your voice came out of Twitter. It was amazing. It was really good.
You can't hear it, can you? You can't
No.
read it and not hear it.
No, but
I still have that bottle top to Buble lime or whatever flavor it was that just basically says "Oh hi."
Oh, you do have that still?
Hi.
Oh hi.
Oh, that's awesome.
Just a bottle cap.
Anyway, so go check it out, fredandcan.com today, or fredcancomic.com rather. We're going to take a caller and see if we can play a little game. Let's find out who's on the line with us. Hello, who's this?
Hi, this is Matt from Pennsylvania.
Well, hello, Matt from Pennsylvania. Welcome to Babel Royale. We hope that Matt from Pennsylvania wins today, but only after Brian explains the rules and what he could win.
That's exactly right, Scott. So, Matt from Pennsylvania, I'm going to be giving Scott and Brian a topic. They're going to go back and forth giving me answers that fit that topic. If one of them gives a wrong answer, repeated answer, or they take too long to come up with an answer, the one is going to go to the other player. Your job is to predict who's going to come out on top based on the topic. Today, you are playing for a couple of Steam prizes, Super Brothers Sword and Sorcery EP. I guess that has fewer tracks than a regular game. I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
And I love the name of this one. Potato Man Seeks the Truth.
The truth.
The truth.
The truth is out there. I know it.
Is that spelled truth as in
T-R-O-O-F?
roof?
Yes.
Yeah.
T-roof.
Interesting.
Potato Man Seeks the Truth.
Wow, that's fantastic. I love it.
Which sounds awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys need a topic. This one comes to us from the Taffy couple.
Okay.
Oh, Taffy couple.
Mike and,
I love
Mike
the
and
Taffy
Lois
couple.
Haley.
Yep.
The Taffy couple.
Yep.
Yeah, they stick together.
They did.
Ah!
Nice one.
So in almost exactly a month, we're going to be in Vegas for TMS Vegas, and we're going to be taking over the HyperX Sports Arena once again, this time less formally than last year.
Sure.
By taking over their Mario Kart competition.
Yeah.
And in looking at this, Mike and Lois realized that there are a lot of different tracks available in all the different versions of the Mario Kart game.
You're kidding me. Okay.
Because this thing has been on Super Nintendo, 64.
Every Nintendo console there has ever been.
Every time they've ever had anything.
Every
new.
Nintendo console since the SNES.
Correct.
There's no NES version.
Yeah.
So what we want you to do is name the different tracks that you can race on. And I'm going to be fairly...
Descriptive. You're going to allow descriptive instead of factual names.
Oh, God, no. No, I need names. But I'm going to be fairly lenient on some of the names. So
Okay.
There you go. Matt, now that you know the category and you heard their comfort level with said category.
Or discomfort.
Who do you think is going to win? And who do you want to go first?
I don't know. Let's say.
Right.
Well, you need to know. You need to know.
You need to know. You must. There only can be one.
All right. Sorry. I think we interrupted him. Go ahead.
That's so good.
We absolutely did.
Scott to win and Brian to go first.
Okay. Fair enough.
To win.
Let's see if I have any memory of this. And Brian, you go first, but I gotta start.
I go first?
Yeah.
You go first, Brian Dunaway.
So I go first.
You go first, stall technique.
This does stall technique. Well, the first was pretty easy because there's always the Rainbow Road, and that's like one of my favorites of the Mario Kart tracks. Unless I've got unless I get the wrong, unless I've got the question wrong. Maybe I should get you to say it again. Go ahead.
Oh, you're good.
No, you got the question right. Name
Okay.
tracks from Mario Kart. the different
Okay.
series.
Okay. Woo, good.
Rainbow Road has been in every version of the game, from the Super Nintendo all the way up to the Switch. So there you go.
It was my
We are
favorite
familiar.
one from the Super Nintendo. Well,
Really?
favorite is in spent the most time on. How about that?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
okay,
That'll get you that particular version of that. But many of the Rainbow Road on N64, I spent a lot of time in there, I think. All right, let's go back. I just played this the other day. They have a retro version of this in the current Mario Kart, and it's called. And you don't care if we mention what game it's from, right? You're
Nope,
okay
nope,
with that?
Doesn't matter. And I don't
Okay.
care about, like, I know some of them have multiples, like 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't care about the numbers. So.
All right, so there's a Mario Circuit.
Mario
Circuit.
Circuit. There sure is. There's actually even a Mario Circuit 1, 2, 3, and 4. So Mario Circuit has been in Game Boy Advance, GameCube, DS, Wii, 3DS, and Switch. And then Mario Circuits 1, 2, 3, and 4 are all on the SNES.
Okay, fair enough.
So I'm giving you all those, and
those are all
Scott
points. Take that.
They're all Mario Circuit, and you get 1 point.
Ah, damn it.
Mario Circuit.
All right.
All right. Okay. So this is the part where it gets difficult because I don't remember them. I remember the names, but I don't.
That's
I
all
remember
you
them
need.
by how I descriptively described in my head,
Sure.
not necessarily. Oh, here it comes. Here comes the.
This is the one where you have that jump right there, and
Yeah.
this other thing, and the
Okay.
Well, that
All
might
right,
be a problem.
so-
Yeah.
Right. So this is a good question. It's a good question because it makes it more difficult. Now, there's a couple I really liked. There's the. Oh, I'm afraid to say this one because I don't know if it's going to be called that.
I believe in you.
There have been 123 of these, so
Holy Moses.
That's a lot. Well,
Yeah, that's
some
a
of
lot.
those are
Some of
bunched
them
up in like
repeats.
multiple circuits, Mario
Exactly.
circuits. Yeah.
exactly.
Okay, so I played a lot of the. I want to say it was the 64 that I played a lot of when I was in Bowser's Castle.
Bowser's Castle.
What was it?
Sure.
What was it? Was it called Bowser's Castle?
You'll say go with that. Go with Bowser's Castle.
Oh, then I'm gonna go with Bowser's Castle.
Yes. Yeah. So here's the deal. So Bowser's Castle, N64, GCN, Wii, 3DS, Wii U, Switch. It was also called Bowser Castle in
Bowser Castle.
1, 2, 3, and 4 in a few different versions, and then just plain Bowser Castle on the DS. So all forms of Bowser Castle and Bowser's Castle
Okay.
are now spoken for.
They are now off the list.
Now off the list. That takes 6 of the names out of 123.
All right, I'm gonna go with oh, it just left my head. Luigi's Racerway.
Racerway.
Hold on.
wait. No, I like it.
It's the one it had buses and cars on it, and it was the most street-like street in the history of Mario Kart, and it was weird. It was actually kind of disconcerting. It's probably Luigi's. Oh, maybe it's just Raceway. Luigi's Raceway.
Say that. Luigi's Raceway or Luigi
Oh.
Raceway premiered on the N64. Only made one more appearance on the 3DS, but Luigi Raceway is indeed a track. Took a lot of strength to pull that one out.
It really did.
I didn't like that one.
See, I'm like running through all these ones. I'm like, I don't want to give anything away though, but oh,
I know another one.
Crap. I'm gonna go with. Beach waves, riding on the beach, beach map of the
Beach man.
Beach track. No, it's got to the Beach Boys track. No, I don't know.
Beach Boys track.
Be-
Is that your answer?
There's got to be a term for it though. How about Beachway? I'm gonna go with Beachway. That just sounds like it might.
Beachway.
See, this is the one I know. So he's wrong, right?
Funny.
First of all,
really?
He is wrong.
You know the name of it?
Yeah, I know the name. It's the Shy Guy Beach, not Way, just Shy Guy Beach. Shy Guy Beach.
Shy Guy Beach. There is a Shy Guy Beach. There's also a where is it? Cheap Beach. There is a.
I've never got.
There was another one I saw here that had beach in the title.
And isn't there a character's name circuit almost for everybody? Like
Koopa Beach. Yes, I think they're pretty much is.
What I think Nintendo needs to take away from this
Peach
is
Beach.
that we don't give a crap what those tracks are named. we retain them not.
Yeah, they don't give a crap. They don't give a poo how those things are named. All right, name off the rest of our clusters here.
Yeah, here we go. Really quick. Here we go. Airship Fortress, Animal Crossing, Baby Park, Banshee Boardwalk, Big Blue, Bone Dry Dunes, Boo Lake, Broken Pier, Cheap Beach, Cheap Island, Cheap Lagoon, Cheese Land, Choco Island, Choco Mountain.
That was cheese.
No, it was Choco.
Cheeseland.
Oh,
yeah,
Cheeseland.
Cheese and Choco. Cheeseland, Choco Island, Choco Mountain, Cloud Top Cruise, Coconut Mall, Daisy Circuit, Daisy Cruiser, Daisy Hills, Delfino Square, Desert Hills, Dino Jungle, DK
Desert
Jungle,
Hills.
DK Mountain, DK Pass, DK Summit,
Dang
DK's Jungle Parkway,
Donkey Kong stuff.
That Donkey Kong track.
Dolphin Shoals. Amazed nobody said Donut Plains.
Oh!
Dragon Driftway, Dry Desert, Dry Ruins, Electrodrome, Excitebike Arena.
Oh, the Excite Bike one! Shit!
Figure 8 Circuit, Frapp Snowland, Ghost Valley, Grumble Volcano, Hyrule Circuit, Ice Outpost, Calamari Desert, Koopa Beach, Koopa Cape, Koopa Troopa Beach, Lakeside Park, Luigi Circuit.
That's what I was thinking of the beach. I think that's what I was thinking.
Oh, is that one?
Koopa
Okay.
Troopa, yeah.
Koopa Troopa Beach, Luigi's Mansion, Maka Woohoo, Maple Three-Way. I'm sorry, Maple Treeway.
Maple Three-Way? That sounds sticky. How did they get into this situation?
That's sidetrack from the donut plane. Mario Kart Stadium, Mario Raceway, Moo Farm, Moo Meadows, Moonview Highway, Mount Wario, Mushroom Bridge, Mushroom City, Mushroom Gorge, Music Park, Mute City, Neo Bowser City, Peach Beach, Peach Circuit.
Get an
Was it Mute City? Jeez.
Why did Mute City get an
a whole bunch of people that can't talk.
It just sounds like a horrible place to live. Piranha Plant Slide, Ribbon Road, Riverside Park, Rock Mountain, Russelina's Ice World, Royal Raceway, Sherbetland, Shroom Ridge, Shy Guy Bazaar, Shy Guy Beach, Shy Guy Falls, Sky Garden, Snowland, Sunset Wilds, Sunshine Airport, Super Bell Subway, Sweet Canyon, Thwomp Ruins, Tick Tock Clock, Toad Circuit,
Toad Circuit.
I totally forgot about Toad
Turnpike,
stuff completely.
Twisted
Oh my
Mansion.
gosh.
Vanilla Lake, Waluigi Pinball, Waluigi Stadium, Wario Coliseum, Wario Shipyard, Wario Stadium, Wario's Gold Mine, Water Park, Wildwoods, Woohoo Loop, Yoshi Circuit, Yoshi Desert, Yoshi Falls, and Yoshi Valley.
Yoshi does fall, a little bastard. All right. Wow. There are so many I wouldn't have gotten.
There's so many.
Now it's going to make me... But I do like this because it makes me realize there's a whole... creation. There's a whole art to naming these tracks, and
yes, and it's
I
called.
had no clue. I just totally ignored all of it.
It's trying to be alliterative. That's all they do.
Yeah, like a lot of repetition, like Ice Valley and Rock Mountain and stuff like that.
Ice Valley.
Too cold. Halfway through the race, you have to stop.
That's right.
Collaborate and listen.
Break. And it has to be brakes. You have to put on your brakes. All right. Well, we know what this means.
Winner, chicken dinner.
That means Matt, right? Matt? Yeah, Matt.
Matt from Pennsylvania.
Matt, you win from Penn. How do you feel? Tell us how you feel right now.
It's fantastic.
Oh, that's good.
Yay.
That's good. Well, Pennsylvania is better for you. What'd you say, Dunaway?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Ibit, what I need you to do is put a question in the bank where we totally forget about it, but I want to name all the power-ups eventually in Mario Kart. I'm going to go study those and totally forget that I've studied them, and then about a year from now,
yeah, it's got to be like a year.
You can bring it up.
I hate to say this. I think we've already done that one.
Did we?
Have we?
Maybe that's why it feels right.
Somebody was doing a great job of doing the list of Babel Royale history, but they stopped at North American professional sports teams with colors in their name for episode 1821. And I'm bummed that they stopped doing this because
that's a great thing.
Yes, Mario Kart 64, you come across item boxes. There are 13 of them. Name them. You won, Brian. That was episode 1717.
But
I felt strong about that.
You kind of lose because you forgot that you did it.
That's true. That's true.
No, this is like Film Sack. We forget movies we've done.
Bobby Frankenberger has taken over the list. So, yay, Bobby Frankenberger.
Hey, get in there, Frankenberger. Get that going, or else no money. Oh, there was no money. Never mind.
Or you won't win ANTP.
Oh, you'll only be second place. Oh. All right. Well done. That was awesome. And real quick here, Matt, all you got to do is email Brian, coverville@gmail.com. He'll send you your codes, and you, sir, will be the happy owner of Super Brothers Sword and Sorcery EP. That's a fantastic game, by the way. I love that game.
Congratulations.
And Potato Man Seeks the Truth. I have no idea what that is, but I'm curious about it.
Love the name already.
You're lucky to give it a shot. Thanks for playing with us, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right there.
Okay, bye.
Thanks, Matt.
That was weird how we lost him.
Even though that did not go as I had wished it had went, I did enjoy the occasional question that seems like it'd be easy to answer, but in the reality of it is just wow.
It's tricky, right?
I had no clue.
It's tricky to rock around. To rock around, that's right.
Yeah,
on time is tricky.
No, it's not tricky to rock around.
It's
You
to
moron.
rock a rhyme.
To rock a rhyme.
Rock a rhyme.
Rock a rhyme. Because it rhymes with time.
Exactly. Next week, rap lyrics. Bring it.
Oh, I'll lose hard if you do that. I will, because I've always said rock around, and I know it's not that, but I just can't get it out of my head. I used to love that album, though. What was that called? Something to Hell?
What album was it from? Quick.
Hold on. Highway to Hell? No. Rap to Hell. Hell and a rapping.
Run Like Hell.
Run Like Hell. Nope. That's a Pink Floyd song. Hold on. Hold on. Don't say anything.
It's inconceivable. Rap it like a. Come on. Carter.
Shit.
Do you remember who was a special guest star in that video at least?
Yeah, it was Steven Tyler.
No, my God, that was Walk This Way. Oh my gosh, it's Penn and Teller.
Penn and Teller were in It's Tricky.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, that is the song we're talking about. Yes.
Yeah.
It's like I had to go back and say, I was thinking, to rock around, that's right on time. And then I go, it's tricky. That's the song we're talking about.
And the album was Raising Hell.
Oh, Raising Hell. Gosh dang it. All right.
And I was listening to this album just last week.
My Adidas. How do you feel about their Christmas song, their Christmas and Hollis thing?
Christmas Hollis is all right, I suppose, but it's very seasonal. You know, I don't like it. I don't like it in February.
They're the reason. They're the band, or they're the group, the rap group, the band, the musical act that made me. The artist who made me forever cringe when anyone calls Adidas anything other than Adidas. When they say Adidas or whatever, I want to kill them because that's not how it's said in that song.
Yeah.
Because they Run
That's
DMC.
That's not how Run DMC pronounces it.
Right.
That's right.
That's how I do everything. All right,
Apparently
Dunaway.
They pronounce rhyme round. So.
Oh, round. Yeah.
Rhyme around. It's tricky.
Well done. It's Brian Dunaway, everybody. Catch him in the world. The Brian Dunaway. Oh, and I think we're doing a Boop show today. Although, that depends if I'm back or not. I have to go to Nick's today to take a thing. I should be back. I think I'm back. Oh, you know what? We'll let you guys know. Keep your eye on the prize.
You know what? I think I'm back. Thanks, Scott Wick.
Yeah, thanks, Scott Wick. Bye. All right. I don't know what that means. Scott Wick. Why would he say that? I don't know. That was weird. All right. Time now for. Oh yeah, we got time. Let's do one of these here. Hold on a second.
Sure.
A little back.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I must go take my vitamins. Your news has upset me greatly.
Let's talk about that news brought to you by.
Brought to you by, on a Saturday afternoon last August, Jordan Sylar got married. But instead of a honeymoon, the next day he was rushed to the hospital where he went into cardiac arrest 4 times. Jeez. After multiple surgeries and a diagnosis of long QT syndrome, it looked like things were improving. But on February 4th, 2020, his struggle ended. Jordan's family is now banding together to help his wife and stepsons make it through this time of grief and uncertainty. They've set up a GoFundMe campaign in his honor, and they're asking friends, neighbors, and their fellow tadpoolers to help if they're able. All the funds raised will go to Jordan's wife Ashton to help with any unexpected expenses during this time. If you'd like to help, go visit tiny.cc /Jet Force Tribute. That's tiny.cc /Jet Force Tribute.
So I'm looking at the Wikipedia page on long QT syndrome. I'd never heard of it until this.
I haven't either.
It says condition affects the respiration and the heart after a heartbeat. It results in an increased risk of irregular heartbeat, which can result in fainting, drowning, or sudden death. These episodes are triggered by exercise or stress. Other associated symptoms may include hearing loss, certain types, and long QTs. Usually they're in birth, but is hard to diagnose. They find out way later sometimes, which it sounds like this case would have been one of those. Affects women more than men. But does happen to quite a few men. Last year in the U.S., 3,500 deaths from this. And it was first discovered or described in 1957, so relatively new-ish.
Wow, I've never even heard of this.
Yeah, I'd never heard of it. It was news to me. My dad died of an enlarged heart, which is also difficult to diagnose if you're not going in for regular checkups. So if you're not getting it checked out, they don't, it just happens. You got to get an EKG once in a while or whatever.
Wow.
Anyway, that seems like a good thing to do. We normally don't even do GoFundMes, but I always I like that this is one of our own and could use some help.
Yeah,
so go check it out.
Exactly.
All right, Mad Mike Hughes. Speaking of death. Died in a homemade rocket disaster on his mission to prove the Earth is flat. Now, do you remember this guy? We've talked about this guy multiple times on the show.
Yeah, this is. I thought he injured himself the last time we talked about him. I remember seeing this thing that looked like part of a roller coaster ramp.
Yes. Yep.
That he was going off of to propel himself.
It was all this homemade thing. It was probably about a year ago that we last spoke about him. But his job, and it was a failed attempt, and I think you're right. I think he did get injured, and he's like, I'm going to do this again later when I get the thing fixed or whatever. Well, he went up for his final flight, thought everything was good, and it was literally his final flight. He ended up dying. Now, some have said to me, Scott, you shouldn't even read this story because a man died. And my answer to that is, yeah, a man died, but I think it's important to bring to light, or at least put a little focus on, the super stupid, conspiratorial, dumb, fake idea he had in his head that drove him to an early death. There's no reason anybody needs to do this, because the Earth isn't flat.
All right. Now, but if this was some guy who believed the Earth was round and still wanted to create his own homemade rocket to fly himself up in.
Oh, he should be able to. He has every right to do it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he shouldn't do it. If he really wants to do it, you go for it and do it there, buddy.
I know, Scott. If the Earth was round, he might have actually missed it.
Oh, I see.
But because it's flat.
Gotcha. I get it now. No, that's a good point. But yeah, so here's how it went. December.
I feel bad for the guy because nobody deserves to, especially to die in that manner. Like, oh my God, it's so beautiful up here. Oh no!
And his parachute didn't open or something, I guess.
Oh, is that the deal? Jeez.
Says in December, buttressed by his conviction and advances in homemade rocketry, Mad Mike Hughes flipped on a camera and fantasized about the moment he shows mankind that it lives on a verdant disk. The plan was simple: fly into the sky on a steam-powered rocket and trigger a balloon to carry him to the Kármán line, they call that, the 62-mile barrier that separates the atmosphere and the cold vacuum of space. Filming the entire way for 3 hours, the world stops, Hughes said during a live stream. The self-styled daredevil, flat earth theorist, and limousine jumping stuntman. What? What's the limousine part?
Like he jumps over limousines probably on a motorcycle or something?
Oh, maybe. Maybe he just drives limousines and then does this on the weekends. I don't know.
And does jumps. Does limousine jumps.
It says here he died Saturday when his crudely built contraption propelled him on a column of steam, spiraled through the air, and cratered into the sagebrush outside Barstow, California. He was 64. It was unsuccessful, and he passed away, says his longtime collaborator, Waldo Stakes. He told the Associated Press to decline to make any further comment. Hughes had ridden back to the ground on a parachute after at least one successful launch strapped to a rocket bearing the words Flat Earth. That was his other semi-successful attempt. It was a tragic end to Hughes, perhaps the most visible and colorful advocate of the theory the Earth isn't a spherical and emerald globe revolving around a massive star, but rather a flat plane with a tiny sun above it.
Wow. Yeah, they show the video on the Washington Post article site that basically shows the parachute opening and ripping away as he's taking off.
Yeah.
So basically, he takes off, the parachute rips off, and he really did do limousine jumps. Like I thought, all right, limousine jumper. I would think he's got a couple of ramps on either side of a few limousines, and he drives his motorcycle across it. But
And that's what he does? That's the thing?
yeah, he did that. He did.
Wow.
Because there's Hatch for Short just posted video of him doing jumps in his limo.
Oh, interesting. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, this video is gnarly. I mean, it's not grotesque. Or
yeah, the
anything,
one right, the one where you see his
when he takes off, it's like,
and the parachute rips right off.
yeah, you can see this thing go here. Okay, there it goes. There goes the parachute. No parachute.
Mm-hmm.
That thing goes way up in the sky. Oh, do they show the whole crash and everything? How high up does he go? Oh, he is way up there.
Mm-hmm.
Who's there filming this? His buddy? Oh, yeah. This is the whole crash.
Is it really? Oh,
Yeah,
geez.
you gotta-
Okay.
you gotta
I
see
stopped
this.
before that part, so I'm kind of
You
glad
should
I
see
did.
it. It's not gross or anything. It's just.
Nah, I don't need to see.
It's
I
just
mean, I
intense.
know.
It's intense.
I know how gravity works. I don't need to see it in action.
Yeah, it's hardcore. It's
there's a human being in that thing.
It's
Jeez.
way over in the distance, but it's something else. Anyway, wow. So here's my takeaway. My takeaway is that guy would still be alive if he didn't have this terrible, dumb, fake idea in his head that he felt like he had to prove. So if you have this idea in your head, maybe don't go to these lengths to try to prove your dumb conspiracy, and quit believing in dumb lies, because that's a dumb lie. There you go.
But you can't believe what science is telling you, Scott. I mean, science, you certainly haven't seen the curvature of the Earth.
Uh-huh. Right. This is like that old trick I used to pull on my kids when I'd say that Japan doesn't exist. And they'd say, yeah, it does. And I'd say, how do you know? They go, there's pictures of it. Oh, those can be faked. Well, my brother went. Well, they could have faked that whole thing. He just told you went. He's in on this whole conspiracy himself. Well, what about the Olympics? Those are there. Well, were they? Because all you saw was TV. Have you ever actually been there? Well, no. Well, then how do you know Japan exists? You can do that all day long. And if you do it to kids, do it to kids, they start to look like forlorn, broken human beings. So you got to be careful with that. But that's also a great lesson to say, okay.
It teaches them not to take everybody's word for something.
Right.
Do a little research and little information on your own.
Yeah, learn some things, do some things, and also don't believe it when people tell you a bunch of bullshit. So this is one of those things where, read other article, he wasn't really a flat earther. Well, then what was he? Because if you're telling me he wasn't a flat earther and this was all just for like getting the views on YouTube, then that's double F that.
to do that for no other reason than wanting press attention.
I'm going to do this for 10 minutes because this deserves this. Are you kidding? Because if that's what they're saying, if that's where it is, I mean, I'll read it.
I mean, he had the words "flat Earth" printed on the side of his rocket.
Yeah, but see, we live in the time of trolls, Brian. Maybe that was just a
It could
fake
be
news.
that he was doing that for the clicks. Sure.
Yeah. So all I'm saying is,
jeez.
So this idea that two things can be true: flat earthers are nuts about a bad idea, and a fake flat earther is a bad idea too. All of it's bad.
Fair enough.
All right. Double bird. All right. Moving on. Let's move to this one here. This story. An Instagram influencer fakes a Bali trip with pics taken at an IKEA.
We did this for our Christmas card.
I was going to say.
We were pretty obvious about the fact that we were in IKEA. We didn't try to disguise that at all.
That's right. Instagram influencer faked the whole thing. She revealed that she faked the entire vacation to Bali, Indonesia, with pictures clicked in the neighborhood
prove that
IKEA.
the Earth was flat.
Yeah, and it worked. Oh, wait, someone got my double birds?
Like 3 people just posted double bird Twitch.
Okay, I'll go get those later and make a GIF. That's a good GIF. Natalia, who has more than 3... What's that word? LAKH?
Lock followers?
I don't know what that means. Is that a million? What is? I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that word means.
That looks like a huge typo to me. That's what that looks like.
I'm on the website to see if they've fixed it. I mean that's probably a word, like an Indian word.
Maybe.
GD says 1,000 million. Is there anyone who knows what this? Oh, you know what? I'll do a little
LAKH.
translate.
Yeah, what is
Google.com.
LAKH. What'd you get on yours?
I still haven't.
Oh, Lak is the Indian number for system equal to 100,000. So that's 100,000 per Lak. So 300,000 followers.
Okay, 300,000 followers.
That's a number of people. That's good.
And 4 Allen wrenches.
There you go. It says here she claims that she did this to show people that they shouldn't believe everything they see on the internet. This was actually a stunt to do that. And I believe her, because with 300,000 followers,
she initially intended on doing that, or do you think she wanted people to believe that she was from Bali until somebody pointed out the Billy bookcase sitting behind her?
I mean, I'd like to think that
this was intentional the whole time.
I would like to think that she probably. Well, okay. The reason I think it was intentional and that she was actually trying to make a point is because somebody on Instagram with 300,000 followers can easily get their butts to Bali, because those people make weird money.
Yeah,
they make weird money and they get sent to places for free. So I think this may have been her actually trying to make a point.
It's funny because she even put on a robe, got into the bathtub with a towel on her head. And
Yep. It says here she goes, for her fake trip to make it more believable, she also posted Instagram stories with pics of Bali simply pulled off the internet. The Queen has arrived, she put, as she captioned her pics, would show her in a pink dress, adding the hashtag Bali, and everyone bought it. But here's the thing. She's right. You shouldn't believe everything that you do on the internet, but now I can't believe anything she puts on the internet. So
right. Okay, I believe that she did do this on purpose, because she actually had another person shooting a video of her and her photographer walking around IKEA. She shot a making of.
Oh, she actually shot it. Okay.
Yeah, so I believe this.
Yeah, we live in a time where everybody wants to fake everything. If that flat earther guy's faking it, well, all right then. Mm-hmm. I guess that's what you did. I don't know what else you had going on in your life, but what are you even doing?
I feel like if you want press, just saying I've built a rocket, I've built my own homemade rocket, I'm going to go into space, would still be enough to get attention and clicks and likes.
Maybe you just get more because people are just so incredulous that this dude's a flat earther, and so he thought by claiming he was.
Maybe.
It's almost worse than being a flat earther, honestly. At least a flat earther has a conviction, like he believes in something. So everything's fake. Fake it till you make it. To Bali.
Right. All I can think of is Elaine going fake.
Oh, that's such a great thing that she did, because now we can use it forever for the internet.
Yep.
All right. We got time for this one. A shoplifter shoves meat and pudding in his pants and then gets tased in the genitals. Yeah!
How can you shove any pudding if you don't shove your meat?
How can you tase any pudding if you don't shove your meat? That's what it should be. A man who was caught stuffing pounds of meat into his pants at a Volusia grocery store, stripped naked after he was caught and then tased in the nuts. The incident began on Valentine's Day. What a beautiful day to have it happen. When another shopper, saw 28-year-old. I read stripper there. 28-year-old Stefan Short stuffing ribeye steaks into his pants at the Save-A-Lot on Woodland Boulevard.
It should be renamed the Shovel-A-Lot.
The Shovel-A-Lot. Meets a lot. It sounds like a rapper. Let's see. DeLand police said the other shoppers alerted the manager, and together they confronted Short. Arrest records show that the manager told police he ordered the man to return to where he had hidden, or the meat he had hidden in his pants. I don't want that meat back. Keep it.
Nope.
Just arrest him and call the meat.
It does not need to go back on the shelf.
Nope.
You know what?
Nope.
Have you learned your lesson? Great. Keep your meat and your pudding.
Keep your meat.
We're not going to try and sell it.
Yep. So it says here, you're not going to do this to me again. You come in here and steal all the time. You're not going to get away from this with this time, says the manager as he yelled it at Short. They held Short to the ground while they waited for police, so he shimmied out of his pants to escape.
Nowhere. Here's the sad thing. All of this story, not one mention of the fact that this is Florida.
Right. Or, by the way, they don't mention the pudding either. There's no pudding in here
Oh,
other
yeah,
than
they
the
didn't
headline.
talk about the pudding.
The headline is the only pudding
maybe
reference.
He made his own pudding when he got caught.
I make my own tapioca when I am shot.
I was thinking more chocolate, but okay. All right, we'll go tapioca.
Either way, sure. Anyway, he went out running out naked. The police saw him. They zapped him, and now he's in jail. Yeah, it's pretty good stuff.
That's great.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, major spoilers time with Steven. Excited to talk about that. And then Trek Nerd will be here, I think. Although I haven't heard from him, but he did not. He adamantly disliked the last Picard episode, and I want to find out why. So
Can't wait to find out why. I finally did watch it, and I saw the thing you talked about, and I said, I really like that as well.
I like that scene a lot.
Yes.
I know it's fan service. Whatever. I was ready for some.
Yeah, service me.
Service me with your fan service. Fan service me, exactly.
Voyage on down and service me. Hey, Let's talk about the indie in the middle today.
Great.
On April 3rd, the brand new album is going to come out from Ellis. The album is called Born Again, comes out April 3rd via Fat Possum. And that's the record label. Big thanks to Fat Possum Records for sending this.
Wow.
Her real name is Linnea Sigelkow.
What?
I think that's how it's pronounced.
Okay.
Linnea, Linnea.
All right.
Sigelkow, Siggelkow.
Wow.
But she goes by the name Ellis. I would as well. She's from Ontario, and this is the most dreamy, lush dream pop you're ever going to hear. I love this thing. Again, the artist is Ellis. The brand new album is called Born Again. Here's the song Embarrassing.
In the morning, in the evening, ain't we got fun? Life is sunny, oh my honey, ain't we got fun?
A mouthful of might teach you some manners.
The Morning Stream. Better than dog butt flung poo.
All right, we're back, everybody. Welcome back to the program. All right, Steven Schleicher of Major Spoilers fame will be joining us shortly. And when he does, I am going to play this. Steven Schleicher, all the way from Hays, Kansas, and the wonderful and the only great source in town, I think, for great comic book info, great pop culture stuff, TVs and movies, all that kind of great stuff at Major Spoilers. What's going on? How are you?
Hey, man. How are you, Scott? Hello, Brian.
I'm great.
Hello.
I'm great. Brian's great.
Sorry about your concert thing.
Yeah. Oh, man. Me too. I'm hoping it gets worked out. But
maybe they'll give you some kind of other bonuses, maybe, and make other showings or other.
I've already got the album, and I've got
maybe they'll send
live
you a pair of
album.
AirPods.
Yeah.
slightly sticky used AirPods.
Yeah. If they move, if they vibrate, take them out. Those are the wrong thing.
I'll take them out immediately.
Yeah.
All I hear is bass.
Oh, that's probably a condition. Someone somewhere, they can only hear bass, right? And then somebody else can only hear treble. It's going to be that way somewhere.
That's right. Yes.
That's why she's all about that bass and no treble. She can only hear bass.
Totally true.
Hey, Steven, it's good to have you here. We're going to talk about a few items of the day. For example, DC has fired Dan DiDio. I never say his name right. What happened? Why did they fire him? He's a big deal over there at DC.
We don't know. He's been there. He was there for 18 years as he started his 18-year run in 2002 as the vice president of editorial. Then he got moved to VP of an executive editor, and then he took over the co-publishing job when Paul Levitz left back in 2010, and he was co-publishing with Jim Lee. We don't know. There are some sites that are claiming that he was fired for cause for creating not a hostile work environment, but a non-productive environment. And they point to a lot of the editors and people that have been fired. Some people think that it may be because of some decisions that he's made on the direction of some of the titles and companies that he's gone through. But a lot of that is just rumor and speculation because both Warner Brothers and DC have not released any official statement. In fact, the only way that we know that Dan DiDio was fired was that he posted on Facebook saying that he's thankful for all the years that he had at DC.
Huh.
So that's really the only official word that we've had.
What would we know him from his writing days? Because that's where it started, right?
Well, he was the editor on Superboy, so he's probably written some Superboy stuff that you may be familiar with. The current run that he's working on right now is the Metal Men. That one is still ongoing. They'll allow him to continue or finish up that 12-issue maxi series there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of it. Mostly some Superboy type stuff that he's worked on. I think maybe some stuff involved with Countdown. A lot of times editors are not normally people who write comic books. Some companies like Marvel have a strict policy against that.
Yeah.
So it just depends on, look around and see what he's written.
And is he?
I do know that it's the Metal Men is his most recent one.
Like in the past, was he generally well thought of in the industry? Would people talk about him in decent ways?
Well, so a lot of people would say that certainly if you need a big cheerleader for your comic book company, Dan DiDio certainly has a lot of heart and has a lot of passion for telling the stories that he wants to tell.
Yeah.
But also the detractors would say, yes, he has a lot of passion for stories that he wants to tell, not necessarily what other people want to tell.
Oh.
And that's kind of, I guess, a little bit of his prerogative as a publisher to figure out what are the big directions and storylines that you have going forward. I've never met him. Everyone that I've talked to over the last couple of days who have always said that he's just a really nice guy. He's always nice to the fans. He's super cool. So, this sounds like some internal thing that's going on, and this couldn't come at a worse time for DC because there's speculation that they were just getting ready to launch their 5G reboot or relaunch that we've talked about a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
So we don't know how that's going to affect that, and we certainly don't know who is being brought in to replace Dan, if they do that at all, leaving Jim Lee to just kind of sit there going, I'm in charge of everything now.
Jim Lee say anything? He hasn't said anything. Right?
No, he hasn't said anything.
Okay. I like Jim Lee a lot, but I feel bad for him if he's got all this focus right now.
All of a sudden, yeah, exactly. Hey, welcome to your new position. Surprise.
Yeah, surprise. You're doing it all now. Goodbye, Dan. Yeah.
Reports say that this did come as a surprise because as of Friday morning, the people who were at the Comics Pro event were still talking about things that were going on at DC. Dan was tweeting on or Facebooking on a comic shop owners page, private page that they have set up there. And I guess it had a couple of meetings scheduled. Another site will tell you that about 10 o'clock a.m. on Friday Pacific time, he was brought in the office and told that he was fired and was sent out.
Not to get all Occam's razor on this, but is it possible that they just were tired of mispronouncing his last name? Do you think that's possible?
Probably
Dan
not.
Dido have a package for Dan Dido?
Dido, yo. Yeah. All right. Well, probably not then. I think that's a safe bet.
No.
Tell me about the Lock and Key Sandman crossover. Is that a comic thing or a TV thing? What is this?
No, it is a comic book thing. Okay. So everybody who has finished watching Lock and Key, the first season on Netflix, probably have already gone out and found the new, I guess there's a couple of one-shots that Joe Hill and Gabriel Rodriguez have been working on, just coincidentally all came out at the same time as the Netflix series dropped. But what was announced at Comics Pro was that in October of 2020, we will see a Lock and Key Sandman crossover between DC Comics and the IDW publishing title. That's all we know right now. But for fans of Sandman and fans of Lock and Key, this could be really cool. And of course, Gabriel Rodriguez tweeted out the cover of the teaser image that they have, and it is introducing a very spooky Key. So I can't wait for that. But we have to wait until October, though. So.
Okay, so we're a little ahead of ourselves on it, but exciting. That's cool. It's a crossover a lot of fans want, I suppose. I would think. I didn't know they shared the same universe, though. That surprises me.
No, they're not. They're not, and that's one of the cool things about a lot of these crossovers. And really, this is in a day and age where publishers you would think would be super hesitant about allowing their IPs to mix. DC has been crossing over with Boom Studios and with IDW Publishing a lot over the last couple of years. Currently, Boom Studios and IDW Publishing have a bunch of crossovers going on with the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And so among a lot of the smaller publishers, there's a lot of sharing or working on ideas together. Even IDW Publishing a few years ago had a Legion of Superheroes Star Trek crossover that was rather interesting.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. All right. Well, I like this kind of stuff, so I'm in. Sign me up.
Yeah.
I know some people get mad, like, you shouldn't have the Watchmen crossing over with with Batman and Watchmen should have nothing to do with each other. And, people get all uptight about Alan Moore stuff, but I don't know. For some reason, they don't seem to get as uptight about things that aren't Alan Moore stuff. So this is fine. This is good. I'm into it. Also, I'm into Lock and Key just getting all the attention it's getting right now.
Yeah, definitely. I just remind me to add it. Make sure I add it to my list. I've got a document that I keep track of with all of the stuff that I have to watch, that Tina and I have to watch on streaming, and I'd forgotten about Lock and Key, so just got it.
I need to create a spreadsheet like that.
That's a great idea, Brian. Gosh dang it! What's your format like? You just have just names, just a list?
Yeah, it's just an Apple Notes iOS notes thing, but it's on my phone. It synchronizes, so it's on my phone, desktop, and
that's great,
and tablet. And I have the to decide. So right now, Tina and I have to decide, or if we have to decide if she's watching The Outsider with me and Mythic Quest on Apple TV Plus. But next up on our list, or the next few, are things like For All Mankind, Servant, Cloak and Dagger Season 2, Goliath Season 3. Republic of Doyle, I hear, is really good.
I got about three episodes into Goliath Season 3, and I fell off because I think it's just gotten weird.
Has it gotten too weird?
Yeah.
It's just they jumped that, not shark, but they made that jump in the second season when they were in that what were they, the trailer park or whatever happened there. Mm-hmm. And then ever since then, it stopped being this great detective / lawyer show with a guy who's all effed up, and it became not supernatural, more like I don't know. It's odd. It's a very odd show now, which bums me out because I don't know. You watch and you should judge for yourself.
Yeah,
but I
will, because I really enjoyed the first 2 seasons. I know what you mean about it getting weird, but I was okay with the weirdness.
To me, it just went in a direction that just tonally changed everything, and it was hard for me to get back into it.
I think there's a new Bosch too that I need to add on to this as well.
And if you are a fan of Star Wars Clone Wars, the final season just launched on Disney Plus this week as well.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, I'm taking a break from Rebels because I'm about 5 episodes into season 3, and I'm still enjoying it, but it's like, all right, I need something else. Yeah. I need to move away from 3D rendered lightsabers and
Well, how about Transformers War for Cybertron? That's a Netflix series that the first trailer for that just dropped, I think today or yesterday.
Yeah, I think it was today.
Be on the lookout for that.
Isn't this the Rooster Teeth guys somehow are involved in this or something?
I don't know who's involved in it.
I think they're
honest.
So back
they
in
might be.
The red versus blue stuff back in the way back in the day. People know who Rooster Teeth is. I think they have something to do with it, which is pretty rad. That they're like helping produce or doing something with it. Maybe one day.
And then Altered Carbon drops at the end of the month.
That I'm excited about too. Yeah. With no Tom Kinnaman though, right? Like we've got a new. He's got a new shell.
Who's Tom Kinnaman? Oh, Joel Kinnaman. Yeah, he's out.
Joel Kinnaman.
Yeah.
Joel and Tom.
So you
both
got
of them out.
You got the Kinnaman out, and then in his place is Mackie, right? Anthony Mackie.
Yep.
Anthony Mackie. Cool.
So he's got metal wings and some kind of red goggles, and he flies around and takes
a little bird that he can send.
Yeah. Oh, different thing then. This isn't.
No, but the trailer for that does look really, really cool. So people should go check that out.
All right.
For what? For Altered Carbon? We don't have a trailer yet for. Yeah, I was gonna say we don't have a Winter Soldier Falcon. Trailer other than what we saw during the Super Bowl.
Yeah, a little teaser is all we got. But that's good. He'll be busy then. He's got that going on, and then the other thing going on. Well done, Anthony.
Well,
Mackie.
the nice thing is you can kind of stunt cast, right? You come in for one season.
Yeah.
You shoot for 3 months, and then if they want to bring you back, they can, or they can just put another actor in for another season because you're all constantly jumping bodies.
Shell. Yeah.
Exactly. Hey, here's one for you, Steven. What are the odds that they get a old man Chris Evans to show up in an episode of
I would put that pretty low.
Pretty low? Okay.
Yeah.
Dang it. I want old man Chris Evans to show up at the end of some
episode.
episode.
I feel like there's the possibility of a lot of cameos in the Disney Plus stuff.
Only if they are willing to dump a ton of money, because his contract is out now. So to get him to reprise his role falls into this weird area of typecasting.
Yeah.
And so the amount of money that you have to pay to offset the possibility that he could be typecast goes up. That's why they were paying Robert Downey Jr. $50 million per movie, because that's the only stuff that he's been in with besides Dr. Dolittle.
Yeah.
Maybe they can figure out a way to film across the street from the coffee bean and tea hanging out in and say, I don't know, Winter Soldier, we got to stop the bad guy. By the way, do you see there's Captain America having a latte behind us?
Yeah, all they
here's
what they
that
do
Steve
then.
Martin movie?
Oh, that
Bowfinger.
was Bowfinger, yeah.
Right.
Dude, Bowfinger was so good.
It was so
what
good.
a great movie. You make me want to see Bowfinger again. Nice job. Well done on that. But I was going to say this. They just need to have the back of a stand-in. It doesn't have to be him. Just have it look like an old
just
guy
some
from the
old
back.
man,
Yeah.
like who hands him the shield backwards. Like, here, you want this?
Yeah. Here, have this, and it can be lines from something
Want the
else.
shield?
Yeah. So you can just say, "I got that reference," and then he'll hand it back there or whatever.
That's right. Watch your language.
Yeah, watch your language. Here's the shield. Hopefully none of these ideas come to fruition.
Yes.
All right,
That's why
Steven,
we don't work for Disney.
What else is happening on majorspoilers.com that our listeners could go check out today?
Well, I would say this week I will have my thoughts on Lock and Key on Finally Friday, which is a live show that we do 4:00 p.m. Central Time. Yep. And if people want to tune in for that, they can find us over at twitch.tv/majorspoilers.
Oh, that seems like a great idea. Go do that, everybody. It's Steven Schleicher. He's Major Spoilers on Twitter as well. And he's a great dude. So go check him out. Steven, any final words of wisdom for us?
Stay hydrated.
Bye now. All right.
I will do that. I will hydrate as much as this coffee will allow.
So, no Daryl, but I'm going to share his concerns about the Picard episode he did not like. And he did not like it. I think he told me.
I don't like it.
Don't like it. I don't watch the news. Hold on, I'm going to
watch the Picard.
I'm going to find our conversation because we had a little offline deal going here. Here it is. All right. I was excited for him to watch it, and it was before he'd seen it. And let's see. I said to him earlier in the day, I said, hey, Picard goes a little Dixon Hill in this one. And he goes, shush, I haven't seen it yet. And I said, oh, and Worf is in this one. Just kidding. Worf's not in this one.
So you did that to both of us.
I did. I thought you had both seen it. For some reason, I thought I was still an episode behind everything. So I
Right.
don't know why I did that. But anyway, and then I told him the fake Worf news, and I said, no, Worf's not in it. And then he told me he's 3D printing an Expanse ship, the Rocinante, which is cool.
Nice.
And then he says, all right, I'm about to tune out of Picard, he says. That's big talk from a Trek guy.
What? He's going to tune out of Picard?
Yep. He says, after last night, I thought, what did I just watch? It wasn't Star Trek.
There's no way.
He says, gore for the sake of gore, that stupid animated holo, whatever it was. And I said, hey, try and remember, every TNG had a weird dud, every TNG episode had a weird dud episode in it. Think of it like that, I said. And he says, it would be easier to do if the episodes were self-contained the way they were in TNG. And then I said, and then here's the worst part, and this isn't a spoiler, guys. There's a musical moment that I just really liked in the thing. I says, I love the moment where Seven is about to transport back to the place, and they play that Voyager music. And he says, a moment doesn't a good episode make. So that was his take.
And you just spoiled a bunch of people who haven't seen that episode yet.
Oh, there's nothing spoiling. I mean, we know she's in the trailer, so
we know she's in it.
She shows
exactly.
up. Yeah. In fact, I want to know when are we getting Riker and Troy? When are they happening?
Right. Yeah, we saw them in the trailer.
Yeah, they keep putting that off. We haven't seen Data in a while. Not that all I want in this is that kind of thing.
Yeah,
but,
trotting everybody back in. Yeah,
sure. But I mean, it wasn't my favorite episode. Ironically, it was directed by Riker. It was a Jonathan Frakes thing. Yeah. So Frakes making the least Daryl's least favorite episode. So there you go. Yeah, we got a lot of what's his name? Oh, you know what? I'll say this, and I won't say the name, so that way I don't spoil it. But I didn't know that guy was also the same actor that played him originally in the old series. Do you know the guy I'm talking about?
I don't.
Here, I'll write it in our Discord.
Okay.
Just so I don't give it away, because this I do think is a nice reveal. There you go.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Same actor. I had no idea.
Huh.
And I had to go look it up. Sure enough, I mean, it says it in the credits, but I thought, well, I'm just going to go look for myself. I looked at pictures. That's totally that guy.
Wow.
This is very cool.
That is really cool. Okay.
And I like that stuff. So, yeah, I mean, they're having to do an arc of like 10 episodes, build it over time. This isn't TNG. They can't do standalones, right? That's just not the main nature of this anymore. And some people don't like that, but I mean, this is pretty Trekky, man. I'm into it. I'm liking it a lot.
Yeah.
So when we have some actual news and we get Daryl on next week, we'll talk. We'll get his feeling on how Thursday goes. How about that?
For sure. Sounds good.
We got a guest mashup today. Nothing new from Jamie. However, we do have this from, and I don't think we played this before. I know we played the slow down stoner sounding version of us before, but I don't think it was this one.
Okay.
I hope not.
Oh, this is the guest mashup. Okay.
Yeah. So this is a guest one. This came from Peter Brinkman. It's called Whip Bung Smurf TikTok.
It sounds like, I hope he puts this to the scene from Chicago where all the women in prison are talking about what put them there.
That would be a good idea, but sadly, no, I don't think so.
Lipschitz, pop.
Yeah.
On the Smurf TikTok.
It's pretty good. But anyway, here it is. I hope we didn't already hear this. If we did, we may hear it again. So here it is now.
Not that I'm an alcoholic. The drumming movie wasn't Whiplash. No, it was Whiplash, right? Whiplash? Something lash? Whip. Who's the director? Bong Joon-ho? Bong? Man. Hey, got me, Bung? No, not Bung. There was a little baby Smurf for a while, so I'll just say Baby Smurf. Baby Smurf. Baby Smurf. Baby Smurf. Not a baby Smurf. They should just call it Dick. Because we're talking about Dick Grayson here, right? I thought you were talking about Boner Smurf or whatever. The handle's free, but the razors will cost you. The razors. Some razors. Good die, good idea. Good die. Good die. Well, why don't we just put everything on TikTok then, Scott?
I don't know why that's so compellingly funny.
Oh my God, I will never drink again.
Oh my
never.
gosh, that's so weird. That's so weird.
You know, it does take a you can't just pick any random clip from us and slow it down and make it good. He's figured out what it takes to make a really funny clip for the slow down effect. It's amazing.
I like it. Give Jamie a break and do those once in a while. I feel like I'm talking fast now, don't I? Isn't that weird?
Well, I don't know, Scott. Are you talking fast?
Yeah, that's really crazy. You're talking so fast. And then there are people at home getting the podcast or listening at 2x speed anyway. I don't know what they're even hearing when they hear that. Right. Are they hearing us normal? Or what is that?
I don't know what happens. It speeds it up, but it keeps the same tone. So they're probably hearing, yeah, I don't know what the Bong Joon-ho. Like, it's probably speeded up as far as gaps in between the words, but they're still hearing the slow down tone of us.
Oh, yeah, they might be.
Oh, that's weird. I don't know.
That is weird. I have to go check it out. Maybe I'll listen to it later that way. TMS Mashup says there is a Monday mashup. Ooh. So I'll play that tomorrow. But here's the thing.
Cool.
It wasn't there last night, so sorry about that, Jamie.
Won't that make it a Tuesday mashup, Scott?
Yeah, I guess it will. We're going to have a Tuesday mashup.
Oh, well.
It's not as alliterative as a Monday mashup.
Nope.
But it'll do in a pinch.
Tuesday toss up.
Yeah, Tuesday toss off. What? Yeah, up. That's what I meant. Up. No.
Wow. Free Hotel Room so far coming up with some great Fred and Ken stories. This is the second submission today.
Yeah, he really...
Fred and Ken idea. On a very special Fred and Ken, Fred examines the topic of expiration date with Ken. What does expiration date mean to a can of cream corn? I'm currently storyboarding this, not sure where it goes. A very existential topic for Fred and Ken.
Yeah, he's always, every Monday, he's always got 2 or 3 ready to go.
I just picture like at a drawing board, like, all right, what about this? Let's do this. How about this story right here? And
yeah, that's it. That's him for you. Well done, Free Hotel Room. Maybe one day I'll use one. You never know. My next one I am very excited about because it's so stupid. I cannot wait to do it. I'm going to draw this early this week. And Brian's lucky because I will send him previews. Nobody else gets to see these before anybody else does.
Yes, I do. I had to give approval or cease and desist on this week's.
Yeah, you should have seen what was on the T-shirt. You should have seen what was on the T-shirt before.
It was a vagina.
It was a vagina. It was a giant vagina. All right. One day in the book version, you guys can have the uncut, unedited, uncensored version that Brian did not want. Find out what Brian wouldn't let.
Right. What was on my shirt in the previous?
It was version. A vagina. All right. We're going to take our leave. Thanks, everybody, for being here, being a part of the show. We put up on Friday a very fun, very cool episode of TMSPM, which now is a patrons-only affair, which you can get over at patreon.com/TMS. And I might mention that when you do that, you also get our pre- and post show along with the episode over there in one big fat chunk. Today I'm going to experiment with putting the pre ahead of the show and the post at the bottom of the show. Up till now, I've been putting the whole thing at once because it's kind of easier for me. But what's easier for me isn't necessarily easier for the people. So I'm going to do what the people want.
Oh, yeah. Look at you! Aren't you a pleaser?
I try to be a pleaser. People. I try to be a pleaser. I try to be a man who is willing to please his fellow man.
Well done. It's a great way to make sure that that everybody who listens cooperates.
Right. You need
with a French feather.
Damn straight. Get cooperating, everybody.
Only patrons will get that joke because it was from Thursday or Friday's episode.
Yeah, that's right. Everybody needs to cooperate. Are you going to cooperate? You don't know what we're talking about, do you? All right.
Have you cooperated yet?
Indeed. All right, we're going to take, that's patreon.com/TMS if I didn't say. Go check it out and be a part of it. Also, it's about the next part of the new month, which means you'll get new artwork as well. So that's going out soon. Frogpants.com/TMS for everything else. All right, Brian, we should go now. Oh, and do go check out the comic. There's now a way for you to get it via email if you want it, or RSS feed. Any way you want to get it, you can get it. The Instagram version of it is like frame per frame, so that's kind of fun. Anyway, that's all at fredcancomic.com. All right, Brian, anything else before we do a song? Do you have anything else?
No. All
right.
I've got nothing. No.
All right. Okay.
Any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it.
I wish that was our song.
Oh, okay. Well, we're done. All right, let me give you a different one. Nick wrote in and said, "Hi there, Scott and Brian. Free hotel room may want to tune out now."
Uh-oh.
He's in the chat room. Sorry, free hotel room, you're going to want to tune out now. This past Wednesday, my family and I lost my dad to a short battle with colon cancer. My dad was somebody that had an eclectic taste in music, and he was always eager to share a new song or a band he heard with my sister and me. Flatfoot 56 was one of the bands I was able to return the favor on, which is why I would now like to request I'll Fly Away as performed by them in his honor. If you can, please play it on Monday the 24th show or any show thereafter. Says, "I'm going to miss you, Dad. Thanks. Signed, Nick, a.k.a. Captain Monk, when I can join the chat. P.S. Can I get a ship's phasers?"
Oh, you certainly can.
Which is perfect because we didn't have Daryl, so we didn't get to play the ship's phasers.
That's right. So here it is.
Let's test the ship's phasers.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right. So this is the song I'll Fly Away, performed by Flatfoot 56 from their album Toil from 2012. Here is Flatfoot 56.
This show is part of the Frog Pants Network. Frog Pants Network. Get more shows like this at frogpants.com.
They have the spear of destiny.
Ooh.
Oh, the spear of destiny.
It sounds like, hold on, that sounds like, what's his name?
They have the spear of destiny.
It's,
Adam Sandler?
Adam Sandler, yeah. It sounds
that's who
like
I was
him.
hearing. That's why I did. Oh, the spear.
It's not him, but it sounds like him. Some old film sack thing. All right, let me see how this split thing works. Okay. All right, yeah, that'll work. All right, we're back here at the post show now today, everybody. I hope you enjoy what we're about to do here, which is, what are we doing here? We're going to do